basketball game with Dylan on Game Pigeon.
Unreal. Dude, speaking of basketball, we just got a noise complaint at our office. Did I tell you about that? We put a mini basketball hoop in there.
What are you dunking all day?
I wasn't, but
that thing's tiny.
Shout out Ralph. He kept taking the bat just like in between every project and slam dunking the shit out of the mini hoop. And our next door neighbor's like a legal or law firm, and then underneath us is an esthetician that has to be all quiet. And I got a nasty backhanded email. They're God. Like, we understand that you're enjoying your office very well, but please limit distractions to neighbors.
That's funny.
But
how often do you guys play basketball?
I'd probably shoot a hoop like once an hour. But Ralph was going crazy. Like, he was grabbing it and doing straight up slam dunks on the wall that we share with the neighbor. It was hilarious.
Why don't you put it on the storefront wall?
That's a good idea. Well, what I did, I was like, no more basketball, Ralph. And I took it and I put it in my office. I put it on the inside of my door. So now I sit on the chair and I
There you go. Well, that's how it should be anyway. It should be like little low-key shots from far out in a chair.
Yeah.
Not like, alley-oop!
Yeah. Well, that's what it was. It was meant to be like a funny, like, shoot a three across the office. And then Ralph was doing straight up like windmills and stuff. It was hilarious.
Just cartwheel dunk shots?
Yeah. It was funny.
That is funny.
Those Game Pigeon games are pretty fun, though.
They are fun. And Dylan and Emerson have a shared phone. and he texts me randomly like a few nights ago. He's like, Mommy said I'm allowed to have your phone number so we can play games. I was like, all right. So we played Battleship, and now we've been playing games for a few days. It's funny. Anyway. All right, I made another one of these right now.
Hell yeah.
Which color are you again?
I think I was black last time.
You're black. Okay.
Some documentation?
A little bit of documentation.
Okay. All right.
Dude, that thing is blowing.
Yeah. I can hear it in our ears a little bit. It's our air unit.
Our sub-zero refrigeration.
Yeah, it works pretty good.
Works really good. Okay, you're black?
I'm black.
All right.
Laser sharks.
Ice wall theory.
Ronald McDonald sightings.
Y-files.
Alien mall takeover.
FDA-approved rage.
Glitter bombs.
Meat glue.
Denim wars.
Carhartt cults.
Skateboarding priests.
Y2K 2.0.
Mothman.
Fax machines.
Raw milk rebellion.
Aliens with IBS.
Bubble showers.
Printed pork chops.
All lady Ghostbusters.
This is
Brothers McGowan. That's funny. Carhartt Colts.
All lady Ghostbusters got me because everyone knows that one sucked.
Dude, yeah, they can't remake that. Carhartt Colts is Idaho. There's so many guys that move to Idaho from California and just wear Carhartt and jeans and like pack-a-zins. They don't even pack shoes.
Have you noticed 90% of people that wear Carhartts don't do Carhartt stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, dude, working in Carhartt kind of sucks too, by the way. If you wear, I mean, I don't know. I guess
it's thick.
Carhartt tee is thick, dude. You're
real
dumping
thick.
Sweat.
Well, it's meant for like real intense labor.
Yeah, like tough stuff, not like working in the office. Snags my nipple
Not like
hairs.
little baby boy podcast stuff.
Yeah. No.
What'd you say? It snags your what?
When I used to wear it to work, it would snag my freaking nipple hair. It hurt so bad. I'm dead serious too. It was always
like
tugging.
It's like seatbelt material. Just That's funny. I'm tired, dude.
Yeah, you're coming off Vegas.
I am coming off Vegas.
How you feeling? You feeling recovered yet?
Yeah, but it took a while. Man, it's like I brought all the prep stuff. I got all the vitamins and hydrations and things you would want to be able to rally for 3 days straight in Vegas, which is gnarly. But it was a great trip. We did a lot. I didn't miss anything. Christopher did. Let's talk about that. That's not a part of this. It's so funny. All right, so when we got there, it was Thursday, and we had we planned something every day so that excuse me, you had a reason to kind of stop what you're doing, go back to the room, get ready, that kind of thing. So we had a dinner planned on Thursday night. I think we got there around 3, went straight to the lobby bar, like my favorite thing to do. I'm like, put the bags in the room. I'll be here for I don't know how long. So everybody was hanging out. Everybody trickled in. The whole crew was there by probably, I don't know. Actually, Pat and Mandy were already there. I think we were all there by like 4 or 5. We all had met up, hung out, had some drinks, gambled a little bit. But we had a dinner planned at 8 o'clock. That got me like in real time. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, we went to this dinner. Everybody got all tuned up, had food, whatever. I had a big old corner suite. So after dinner, we went and gambled a little bit, drank a little bit, went back to the room. It was like 11 o'clock. We all hung out on the balcony till, I don't know what time I checked out. Yeah. I think around like midnight or so. And we had a breakfast planned the next morning too, purposely, so that it's like, don't get too crazy the first night. Yeah. And I think Christopher was trying to apparently get me to go back downstairs. And basically everybody was like, no. We're all going to bed. We got to get up fairly early, whatever. But he disappeared. He took off. He went down.
It's crazy.
He didn't come back to the room until 7 a.m. He was by himself, just wandering in Las Vegas. And super long story short, so we got there Thursday. We had stuff planned every single day, including the barbershop and a whole bunch of stuff on Friday. And then the Golden Steer, the finale, which was Saturday night. I didn't see Christopher until Saturday night getting on the party bus to go to the Golden Steer.
You guys got there Thursday afternoon?
We got there Thursday around 3. He got there maybe 20 minutes after us, and he partied himself so hard that he slept the entire trip until, well, maybe he got up. I don't know. He says, no, I got up. Maybe he did. I don't know. But I never saw him, never heard from him, nothing until, I didn't even think he was going to make it to the Golden Steer. But there's a video of him. We're all waiting. Everybody had to meet at the valet in the Cosmo at a certain time to get on the party bus. And he came up like with 30 seconds to spare. I was like, funny. No way. Does that thing keep glitching out?
Yeah, it's all right, though. I got it on camera 1 and 2. Now it's good.
But let me tell you about the Golden Steer, the cool stuff about it. So
before you tell me that, we had neighbors over the night you guys were in Vegas. We were just like barbecuing or something. And one of them was like, man, I saw this place on Instagram. He was talking about the Golden Steer.
Yeah.
And he was like, I want to go really bad. And then he was like, I don't really like Vegas, but I would go for that. And he was like, that looks really good. And I was like, oh, really? My whole family's there except for us. And he was like, what a loser. Dude, and I was like, yeah.
It was everything I thought it was going to be and more. You want me to go try to fix that thing real quick?
I can mess with it while you chat. Okay.
So, we all know why we want to be there. It's like, it's old. It's got a bunch of history, a bunch of celebrity history. Elvis had a table there. The Rat Pack had a table there. Marilyn Monroe had a table there. Andretti had a table there. The mayor of Vegas had a table there. And then there's all the mob stuff, right? Is it working?
Yeah, it's just doing this little thing.
So the cool thing about the mob room was it's its own side room. So you walk through the whole place, you see all the booths, and it's its own room. And it's probably it's like 3 of these podcast studios in a row. Does it keep doing it?
No, I think we're good.
So when you get in there, it looks super cool. Maybe we can put a photo up. I have a group photo of all of us in there.
I can stitch it in.
Yeah. And it's all like old-timey 50s, 60s, maybe a little bit of 70s in there. But when the waiter comes in, he like closed the door and started giving us a little bit of history about the place. And it went on for like 4 hours, so I'll just sum it up. But one of the cool things was he's like, have you seen the movie Casino? And we're all like, of course, we've all seen it. So Joe Pesci's character in the movie, they don't use real names of the people in there. He played a real life guy. His name was Nicky Santoro. They called him the Ant. He actually did look just like Joe Pesci. He's all short and angry. So in the movie, he's always hanging out in his restaurant, and he's got like a pawn shop and a restaurant, and Joe Pesci's like always hanging out in and out of the restaurant. The restaurant was the Golden Steer. It wasn't his restaurant.
That's so cool.
It was the Golden Steer, and specifically the mob room.
Damn.
So the room we were eating in was where Nicky Santoro did all of his business, whatever. And in that room, okay, and then also in the movie, there's a pawn shop that he owns, that he does whatever he does there. The pawn shop was right next door to the Golden Steer, and there's a trap door in the mob room that goes from that room to the pawn shop. And also in the kitchen of the Golden Steer, it's funny, I don't know how much of this they tell people, because every time they told us stuff about the mob, they shut the door, and we were like, what are they doing that for? They're like, well, they're still around. We're like, oh shit.
Interesting.
But there's a tunnel from the kitchen of the Golden Steer down and all the way across the street into the Sahara.
Whoa.
Because Nicky was put in that black book or whatever.
Yeah.
He was not allowed to go anywhere, any casino at all, but he still did. What was the other cool thing? I wrote a couple. Oh yeah. So the reason why it's called the mob room isn't just because of him. It was actually used for, hold on, I got to do a sip break. So all the different families all over from like New York, Chicago, blah, 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 blah. They used to meet there. So, John Wick, the Continental.
Yeah.
Continental was like neutral ground.
Yeah.
He's like, they got that idea from here. So the mob room was neutral ground. By the way, this is what the guys are telling me.
Yeah.
And all the families would meet there, and they weren't allowed to have beef. That's just where they made deals, settled stuff, whatever. And how they let people know they were coming is the families would send someone to drop a newspaper off at the front door, like the day before their meeting, and they would just put 2 casino chips inside of the newspaper of the families that owned the different, because they all owned different casinos there, and that's how they would let the Golden Steer know, hey, prep for this. These 2 families are coming.
Dang.
Yeah, we're like, damn.
That is so cool.
It was pretty cool. I sat at Marilyn Monroe's booth. I was trying to sit at Elvis's booth, but there was people there. I'm like, hey, bub, how much more you got to eat? Scoot over.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. When you walk in there, you could just feel the history. It's like it's just so cool. All the tables that were the different celebrities and people's booths, they have like some memorabilia or a picture of whoever used to sit there. Elvis's booth was like back in the corner, and they had he had 2 gold records on the wall that the waiter said whoever runs the whole Elvis empire donated it to hang on the wall. That's right there. Cool. It was awesome.
That's what I was saying. I don't think that episode ever went live about, you walk into a room like that, you can feel the presence.
Oh yeah.
Of whoever it was, like those meaningful people. That's really cool.
The history there is insane. So apparently there's only been 2 owners. There was the first owner, and then obviously got old and sold it to the second owner. And I don't remember when it was, but this guy's owned it for a really long time, or this family's owned it for a really long time, and they changed nothing. All the recipes are exactly the same. Where they get the cows are exactly the same still. That's cool. The guy, I guess you call him the chef or the butcher or whatever, whoever makes all the food, he like picks the cattle, they bring it in, they age it there. Everything's done there. It's super cool.
How far off of the strip is it? Like, how far away did you have to go from the Cosmo?
It's probably only like 2 miles, but drive time's probably 20 minutes or whatever. It's old Vegas. It's by it's kind of by Circus, which is at, I don't know which, if you would call that the end. It's one of the ends. There's the new Fontaine Blue. It's right by that.
Yeah.
So it's not far out. It's just like older Vegas. It used to be in the middle of it. But it's awesome, dude. It's so cool. And they're booked out like 7 months in advance. But what they did tell me, they said once you book the mob room, you're considered like in the in group now. And they're like, if you ever want to come back up and get dinner, you just let us know, and you could get in like a couple weeks in advance.
Dang.
I was like, cool. Well, the meal was $4,000.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
I saved the receipt. They're like, you have to spend, what was it, $2,500 minimum. And I'm like, man, we should just all order everything. Everybody try everything, making sure. $4,000. Yeah. So everybody ordered, and I got it. And I was like, woo, we missed it a little bit.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It was so good.
But you guys like broke even, or seems like everyone came out positive from that weekend.
Most people won. I won. I won $5,000 on a slot machine, like the middle of the second day. I had a big old long run in craps. After one of the dinners, we went down to a craps table.
I love craps.
And I jumped in where I would have been the next person to roll because this guy was rolling. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go right there. Give me those dice.
Yeah.
And I just had a feeling. I'm like, man, tonight's my night. And I rolled for a solid like 45 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, went in, covered everything. Win. It was legitimately like 40 to 45 minutes before I crapped out. And I don't even know how much I made there. I was like, you got to color me out. My racks are getting full, bub.
Dude, that was when my birthday when we were playing craps.
Yeah, everybody won.
That guy, so I put just like $300. It was $250 or $300 in and ended the night with $4,000. And the guy rolling he had $25 on the table.
Yeah.
The guy that won the whole table, everybody money, he just didn't even, he walked away with $25. Like,
some people play scared.
Yeah.
If you want to win big, you got to go in big. I played a lot of blackjack in the high limit lounge, and I don't know how much I won, but I can tell you this: I spent a ton of money. I mean, I went tip happy, and I only had hundreds, so I was giving everybody hundreds all day, all night. And when I got home, I didn't want to count any of the money because I'm like, I don't want to be upset while I'm there. I counted it, and I was still like $3,000 over everything that I spent. So it was really good. It was really good.
That's a good weekend.
Best trip. Look at me. Best trip ever.
I know. I got to get out there. I'm excited to go. Never. I don't know when I'll be able to go.
You'll go. You gotta work out being parents.
Yeah, I got some stuff. I'm a busy little guy right now.
It's hard to get away because what was that? When did I leave? So I took a Thursday and a Friday. A Thursday and a Friday off, 2 days off.
Yeah.
And then it took me till the following Thursday before my brain was like 100%. So it's really hard to do that.
Yeah, and I don't really get that hungover, case in point, Hawaii. But I do get...
There's something different about that, though. I wasn't hungover there at all.
Yeah.
Tropical air. And
something about the air and the juices.
Sweet pina juices.
You know what I did get, though? Insane heartburn. I was dying. Like... That killed me. But I get the brain fog like crazy the following day.
Well, that's what it was. It wasn't that I was hungover. I mean, I guess that is a hangover, I guess. But like I didn't feel hungover that whole time. I was, let's see, we got back Sunday. By Monday, I was in the office Monday. But.
Did you rip a cold plunge?
I did while I was there. Did I tell you we went to the Fontainebleau and checked all that out? That place is cool. I'm going to stay there.
It's really cool. I don't know much about it. I want to go try the Red Rocks where Dana White's always staying.
Oh.
Everybody's always talking about that.
I don't even know where that's at.
I think it's off the strip. I don't think it's on the strip.
Oh.
But there's a lot of big people going there now.
Yeah, I don't know. The Fontainebleau is super cool, but it just depends what type of party you're trying to have.
Yeah.
That one was very big, very spread out, super tall ceiling, super clean. Seemed like an older crowd, probably mid-30s to like 60s, probably more money. I think it's people that go there that are trying to stay away from the loud, crazy club having type of people, which is about where I'm at these days. So
you're 40, man.
I know.
Did you know the average man only lives to 72 or 73 now?
That's pretty good.
I mean, it's 10 plus what we expected, but when you think of life, you think first you think 100 and you're like, nah, not 100, but 80 something. And then that comes out and it's like, wow, that's pretty bad. A lot of people dying from cancer and BPAs. Oh, I didn't do our new intro.
Oh,
what am I doing? What is up? Wait. What is up, BMP Army?
Did you glitch out right there too?
Yeah, it just spazzed out. I was gonna hit a "What is up, BMP Army."
That's so dumb. That can't be it. What is that, BMP Army?
What's another word for army? BMP Collective coming at you hot.
Oh, that's worse. Collective. BMP soldiers?
Yeah.
No, that's bad too. Collective. Oh my God. What is another good word for that?
BMP flock.
Gaggle of BMPs.
I got BMP all over me. Dude, what is up with our cameras?
Let me mess with it.
All right.
We need to up our production.
We do. We're working on upping our production, getting some guests in here. We've got a lot going on. I saw you have a stack of papers over there. What we ripping in this one? Is this one more professional, or are we thinking a little more casual? Because I got both.
I have some business stuff we can go over. I'm just like out of it right now.
Oh, you're Chi-Chi.
Is it getting worse?
I think it's fine. Oh, it's still blinking. I don't know what's going on.
You taking it out?
Whoa! Now camera 2 blinked.
Get real.
Unreal. Sorry, folks. Sorry, BMP Army.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know how to fix it. Hit OK.
Uh-oh.
And then you got to hit the... I'll come fix it.
Oh, no.
Morgan.
Anyway.
Morgan.
Morgan. Yeah, I had prepared some stuff, and I think it's
the ATAMS issue.
You think?
This, yeah. Yep.
So, no one's going to care about this.
What is it?
No, just the camera situation.
I know.
So I was going to dip into like kind of where I'm at, because I did make a lot of progress on my 7-month, which is now a 6-month
That's good.
plan. So I'll give you an update on that, see if that inspires anything.
Give me a brief
but
update.
I do have some stuff that I think will be good. All right, let's see.
Hit me with a brief update. I got a brief update for you, too.
Okay, so I have hired 2 new field employees that's hopefully going to... Gosh, that's distracting. It stays on now. 2 new field employees.
Mm-hmm.
Hired the estimator. He already started.
That's fantastic.
That's huge. That's going to be
What's his name?
Steven.
Nice. Good name.
That totally glitched me out. I'm like, how is this relevant? Seems like a great guy. And once he's up and running, man, that's going to pull so much off my plate. I will have so much more time for the next several steps. But I'm also I'm interviewing like 5 or 6 people tomorrow.
Nice.
Journeyman level. So I went
Nice.
like basic apprentice field crew, people that I can groom is not the right word. Train and
Educate.
develop.
Yeah.
Well, because I think that's important to get, if you have people with a lot of experience, they are going to kind of be set in their ways a little bit, which is good on one hand. But then on the other hand, I want fresh, brand new people.
Yeah.
They seem to be go-getters and ready to learn, so that, I can teach them what we're about, what this culture is about, where we're going, get them excited.
Let's talk about culture when you're done with this.
Okay. Let's see. But anyway, I mean, basically, it sounds like there's not a lot of work that goes into that, but it took a lot to hire 2 people in the apprentice area, interviewed a lot of people. They're up and running now. Then I have the estimator, which is huge
that's massive.
Huge for 2026 growth, because that's going to free up at least 50% of my time, and probably 25 to 50% of each other admin level their time, because they've been helping me with estimating too.
Yep.
And now we can isolate roles a little bit better and work on all the document control and HubSpot and Asana, which I still need to get into.
Yeah.
But it's going to be huge. I just don't know how long it's going to take for me to feel comfortable going like, this is all you now, and I'm going to be over here. I'm hoping within 2 weeks I'll have the confidence to just stop doing that altogether. And now I can start utilizing that other 50% of my time for business development. I think it will still take most of the rest of this year, because it's like, once the estimating is taken care of and I approve it all and it's working and he's moving quick enough and the win rate is good enough, now I can refocus the other 2 girls in the office. Once they're dialed in, now I can refocus exactly what I'm doing, which is building and expanding and all the offensive stuff. So I think it will take the rest of this year, most likely. But I do think we will already be on the trend of sales and more.
How big will your staff be after all these people are hired?
I don't know, 13 to 15.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And how many people are going to be in office? You can count people, like people out in the field, but that report back in the office as in office.
Probably
as well.
5. 5. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Only 5 people in the office?
Like, yeah, predominantly in the office. Mm-hmm. But there will be people that are, everybody's coming back, but
yeah,
I would say 5 permanent office, and then maybe 3 or 4 that are 50-50, and the rest are just out there.
Like people in the field?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so culture is a big deal. I know you did one of those talks, but I don't know if that was like a culture talk.
With my team?
Yeah, that like bigger talk you had maybe a month or 2 ago.
Yeah.
Or that was more just about the vision and setting things straight. We have a lot of movement going on at Fifth Element as well, and like huge projects we're working on, and there's a lot of, I don't know what word to use other than like positive angst, like desire to do good things, but everyone's kind of misaligned just a little bit.
Yep.
Due to me, maybe like a lack of leadership. Everybody wants to go. It's like everyone's getting held back by like me or themselves, and we're all just, it's like everyone needs permission to launch, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
clarity and confidence.
Massive.
And and what I'm gathering is you can't really get that without trying. That whole ready, fire, aim thing.
Yeah.
You need to just make moves and then make corrections after the moves are made.
Yes.
So back to your point, the big meeting that I had with everybody, that was the first official meeting I've ever had. So I'm learning a lot about how to do that, how to lead that, what to say, what not to say, how to get people fired up.
Being prepared for those is a very big deal too.
Yeah.
You can't just wing that.
Learning about myself and my own clarity while I'm preparing for those. Unbelievable. Is that you?
Yeah, look.
Oh, how funny.
I don't know if I should take that.
Definitely not. Right in the middle of the podcast.
Speaking of that, man, that just threw me off track. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we have that going on. There's a need for clarity and vision, and something that you told me that your coaches told you. I don't remember which one. One of them asked you, have you ever told your team your vision?
Right.
What you want, what you're trying to get out of this?
Yeah.
And I thought about that. And as far as the team knows, we're just trying to hit a certain number of clients, which is a good measure, but there's a lot more to it than just a certain amount. Of course, you get into business for financial reasons, but there's a slew of other reasons too. Anyway, I never told them how I feel and what I want.
Yeah.
And I've never done that because I felt that if I told them how I really felt, I might turn some people away. People might think it's cringy or weird or way too much pressure to work for me. And I sat on that for the last couple weeks. And I actually talked to your coaches last week for fun. And I talked to my coach. And I even talked to a couple people on the team. And I basically decided I'm just going to speak my mind with confidence. And if people don't agree, then if they don't want to be in the room, they shouldn't be in the room.
That's exactly right.
Part of the mission.
Yep.
And so anyway, I wrote this 5-page document as if I was in school.
Too many pages, guy.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But I sat down and took it really serious. And I'm going to have a talk with everybody tomorrow morning about our culture, because I think everything comes from the culture. And after thinking about it for a while, if the culture is wrong and you tell everyone what to do, you have extreme clarity, vision, a scoreboard. Literally every single thing is scripted out to do for every person on the team every day.
Yep.
There's still a good chance you're going to fail, because people are going to feel unmotivated. Even if they're disciplined, they're going to feel unmotivated because they're not bought into the vision. But if the culture is right and they're bought into the mission, they can go off and do things on their own without your permission and continue to project you forward. The way I view it, the culture, the vision is the foundation that everything else stands on, man.
You're glitching out, too.
I know. And if that's not right, then it's not going to work. So I put a lot of effort into defining our culture. I've never done that.
Yeah.
So I wrote a long thing. I'm not going to read all 5 pages, but I wanted to get your opinion on some of it, if you want to jump into it.
Let's go.
So I wrote a letter, and I'm going to read the preface. I made it all special. That was nice. So tell me if this is weird. I don't think it's weird. And this is, man, that is annoying. This is genuinely how I feel about my business and what I want to do. But I said, team, I'd like to preface this letter by saying that I truly believe in everything I'm about to tell you.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Dude, this thing.
Man, this is
our whole studio's falling
day.
apart right now.
The water, man.
I know. So I said, what I'm about to tell you, I physically feel this in my chest, my bones, my mind. There is a literal physical burn in my body that I've had since I started Fifth Element. I'm telling you, I have a fire in me. It has never and will never extinguish. The desire is far past what I can comprehend. It's genuinely challenging to articulate. It's incomprehensible. This is really long. Put a bunch of stuff. I truly believe that I'm here for a purpose and that as long as I am alive, I will consistently strive for greater things in my own life. I completely rewired my brain a few years ago when I started this company. I feel delusional and I love it. I'm not lying when I say that every ounce of my soul truly believes in this mission. I know that as long as I'm here, my endeavors will continue to push forward. I could lose everything today. I will simply just keep going. I've put every single second of my consciousness into this. I'm not exaggerating. I kind of felt sick in the head because of how much I obsessed over this, to the point that I once looked into therapy. I don't know if I told you that. I think I did tell you. Before my first session, I realized that this is a superpower, and I never went to that session. I chose to lean in and thrive in the obsession, and since that moment, great things have happened all around my life. I tell you this not to convince you to buy into my vision, but because I truly want you to feel this way in your own life. I grieve for the people that don't find this level of passion or mental fortitude in their own lives. I wish that you approach your life with the perspective that you can and will do anything you put your mind to. It simply takes work and time. You are all more capable than you think. You need to understand that the world is full of abundance and energy. It gives you what you ask for, and anything you want is sitting right in front of you. But it's paramount that you remove any kind of pessimistic and low energy thoughts. You also need to understand that motivation is temporary. Discipline is a lifestyle. There is no rocky cutscene or epic soundtrack to life. It's just consistent output over time. The following sections will define our culture. I welcome your feedback and encourage you to add to it. And then it's a large letter, and I essentially define what our culture is. And then I don't just say a bunch of motivational things and try to like hype them up or anything like that. I didn't think that was very practical. So after kind of defining what it is, I actually wrote a section that says how we can live our culture daily. And it's a lot, but it's 16 bullet points of things you can actually do every day to practice or instill the culture. And if you follow those 16 things, which it sounds like a lot, but they're pretty simple, it will just happen. It's that easy.
Yeah.
And then at the last part, after telling him exactly what we can and will do to act out this culture, there's a small part that says this has to be felt, because I really do mean it when I say I kind of feel sick in the head and that I can literally feel a angst in me. Like it's physical. I can feel this thing in me, and I don't know if it's frustration or desire. I think it's desire.
It should be both.
Mm-hmm. And I felt that I needed to write another section of how important it is that you need to understand this. And I actually took some inspiration from, I read a bunch of shareholder letters from Jeff Bezos. I just heard
When did you write it?
This?
Yeah.
I wrote this last week.
How many times have you read it and adjusted it?
Over the course of a few days. I actually put like hours into it 3 days in a row. And then Friday, I felt that it was good enough. And then I read it on the end of the day Friday. And I decided to just take a couple sentences out, and it's been the same. So I've read this probably 6 times over.
So I wouldn't try to say, what was that last line you said? You said something about wanting them to know how
it's a
section.
It's a section titled "This Has to Be Felt."
So I would cut that out, because to me, something like that is going to hopefully also weed out people that you don't want. You don't want to have to convince somebody to buy into your dream by telling them this is important.
Yeah.
You should lay out what your dream is and what your culture is and what your vision is and see how they react to it.
That's what I was thinking, and that's what I typed a lot more than what's on here, and I kept thinking to myself, I don't want to be cringy or anything, and then I was like, well, I don't think it's cringy. It's who I am and how I feel.
You want people that want the same thing.
Want to be there.
You don't necessarily, like, you can't train someone's character or values, I don't think, but you can fine tune their abilities or give them tools or whatever. So I wouldn't be convincing them you need to be this way or you need to understand that I feel like this, therefore you need to feel like this.
That's what I was
Fire
trying
them up with your ideas and your goals.
Yeah.
And then that will kind of sort out who's who. You'll
For sure.
I think you should use it to find out who reacts what way.
Yeah. And that's what I was trying to define, because I'm going to use your coaches again over at Valuetainment. They're a great example of, you watch an Instagram story, you listen to a podcast, you actually talk to them in a meeting, or you just read an email from them, whatever it may be. There's certain organizations where you can feel their desire and culture through an email. Like, you can feel how bought in every person is.
That's just it. They have the buy-in down. I actually have their culture deck. I could show it to you.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
It's well written, but
and they do a really good job of that. And that's what I was trying to wrap my head around. How do you create that? It's definitely not something you can do overnight. It takes a lot of time.
You should watch. They have Patrick did they have videos that they make people watch before working there. I don't remember how long they were. I think one of them's like 45 minutes long. But in a nutshell, they talk about how dedicated they are, how, like, we're here on Sundays, we're here on this, we're here at night, our families are here. They weed a ton of people out before they ever even get their foot in the door.
That's what I'm saying, because I was talking to Lay, and I was like, hey, I have a question for you. What time do you get there every morning? She's like, oh, around like 8 a.m. And then I said, what time do you leave? And she was like, oh, every day is different. Usually between like 8 and 10, sometimes 11. And I was like, damn.
They're always
That's
all
pretty
there.
cool.
Her and her husband are always there. I'm like, hey, is it too late? When I'm texting.
Yeah.
She sends me a picture of them at the office still. They love it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I love it. I love working. I love working all the time.
So do I. So that's what when I wrote It's Incomprehensible, there's these feelings inside of me that I feel that are hard to articulate and give to another person. And I admire the people that can create those teams or organizations where everybody else is bought in too. And that's something I really want to work on. And I know it's just going to take time, but I think that's something that takes constant effort.
I don't think, well, actually, let me rephrase that. I don't know how many or if all people that work for you need to be at that same level or not.
That's the other thing.
I think they told me you need at least 3 like superstars. I forget what they called them, but
like A players.
Yeah, like generals or whatever. I forget what they called them, but you only need a handful of like those people who are really, really bought in. And you can't, I don't think you can expect every person down the line to have that same level, because their pay needs to reflect what you're asking of them too. And the way I look at it is, so I have however many people I have working here now. I don't want a lot of them thinking about work after work. Yeah. So there's a certain personality type where you're like, I know you can be as on as I am, and I want you to be, and you're going to get paid accordingly. But there's other people that I'm like, I want you to do your 8 and then check out, because I want you refreshed tomorrow. When you go home, do your Netflix, do your gym, do whatever it is you do. Don't think about work at all, because tomorrow I want you to feel refreshed and good and ready for the problems or tasks I'm going to give you. So I don't necessarily want a room full of me's that are just psychotic and constantly on all the time, because that is relentless and tiresome.
People burn out.
Yeah.
That's what I was going back and forth, and that's why I sat on it for a while, and I was like, I'm not gonna stand up and read this to everybody. The game plan was to continue to revise it over this weekend and print
I think
it
it's
out.
good. I
I
think you need to trim the fat off that opening.
Yeah,
Print
print it out
it's redundant.
and give it to certain people in the office.
Yeah,
Just to read, just set it on.
you
their
could have
desk.
different versions too. When I wrote our manual with like mission statements and basically a version of that, I had different ones for different levels because some people, like I said, I don't need everybody to be as on as I am.
Definitely.
You know?
And there's some people that could like have been working here for so long, they read that and they're like, dude, I'm burnt. What is this?
Or
I just want to leave now.
You have to think like it's a job to some people. It's your life to you.
Yes.
Yes, you need a few people that are as in it as you are, I think. But expecting or wanting every person to feel that, I don't know if that's feasible. But again, I could be totally wrong. I'm right in the middle of figuring all that out too.
Mm-hmm. I think it definitely starts top down though, and you do need
It does
a decent amount of people living, breathing that culture because then the intern that comes into work for you is going to feel it in the air.
Yeah, I think sharing that level of passion across the board to everybody is great because even if you're just there for the 8-hour day or the 40 hours a week or whatever it is, the comfort you'll feel or the security you'll feel in that job role is affected by how passionate you are.
Yes.
And that's something I was missing for a long time because I kept all this in my head.
Yep.
I never shared it. I always assumed I should compartmentalize everything and only tell people what I thought of it in terms of I don't want to stress you out with everything that I know or everything that I want or whatever. So I didn't do that, but that's one of the mistakes I made. Sharing the mission and the vision and the passion you have, I think is good for everyone.
Yes.
But setting expectation needs to be appropriate per person, I think.
Yeah, and you have to read people.
Yeah.
They're all a little different.
And not everybody needs to know everything. I don't think.
Yeah. I just found that once we moved into the office, after being able to talk to people in person and they've been able to ask me questions and I've been able to let them know like what the plan is, where we're going, there's just more energy and people are, it seems happy to be at work and we're doing really good things. And I'm like, we're on a good wave right now and I don't want to let that die out. So I want to keep building it up.
You should. And you're figuring it out as you go, like everybody else. I mean, I'm literally doing the same thing. So that is so distracting.
I know.
Mess with that over there.
I did this so that we can't see it.
I know, but that's boring. Put it on. Maybe we can catch the beat. Unplug it from there and see what happens. God, I thought I'd be all fired up. I had so many business updates. I think we should save the rest of that for another time.
Oh,
hey!
Yeah, I'm feeling business, but also pleasure.
I've got some random.
I got a lot of questions for you. Hit me with some questions.
All right. Let me reset that really quick. Switch it to you because if we can get that to work, it'll be funnier.
Okay.
Hey.
He groped my wife. The clip's hilarious, and it's still not posted. Damn it! You have to press OK.
And then just the camera button.
And then there's a button like to the neck. I don't even know how to explain it. There's like a small circle button next to it that says function. It says like FN. See where it says function? It's like a small.
Just do it.
I'll do it.
Forget it. I don't want to mess up the angle and such. Oh, okay.
Tell everyone we're barefoot right now.
Yeah.
Barefoot Contessa.
I wear those like 80s cut off finger workout gloves. I have those on my feet.
Dude, we need to up our studio value.
Yeah, this is it. After this, we gotta. That's ridiculous.
Doing?
Now they're both doing
dude.
it.
It's got to be the A-tone.
All right, here we go. Was that used? Did you buy that thing used?
No, I bought that one new.
All right, here we go. Whatever, just forget about the double one. All right, let's see. Magic wand question.
Okay.
If you could wave, if you could wave your hand and change anything about the world, what would it be?
Food you don't get calories from food. You just
Huh. That's pretty good. I probably would have brought your dad back.
Let me rephrase.
No, it's too late.
You can't eat too many calories. You get just enough.
That's a good one.
And then everything else, just like you fart it out. Because you got to do something. It has to go somewhere. Maybe you just like.
Well, no, it's a magic wand, so you could just. Yeah. That's it, huh?
Yeah, just get the perfect amount of calories.
Wait. First, it sounded like you just wanted to be able to eat as much as you want, and it didn't affect you. Now you're saying
You still got to be confident.
you're only hungry enough to eat what you need, and that's it, because that's called Ozempic.
Something to do with being less fat.
All right, that's good. Okay, let's see. If you could go back in time to spend 6 months, when would you go? Why? And what would you take?
6 months is a really long time, man. That's a hard one.
Yeah, but what are you going to do, a week? You can't experience fully. Whatever. Pick any amount of time. It doesn't have to be 6 months. Whatever desired duration you want it to be. But when would you go? Why? And what would you take?
I just want to go talk to Dad. Go have lunch with him or something.
You can't steal my first
What
rebuttal.
do you mean?
Dad's off the table now.
Okay.
You can say that one after.
6 months?
Now is it too long if you go back to see Papa?
Yeah, I'd get bored. No, I'm kidding. Dude, I have no idea. I'd go to like World War II. Go see what that's about. I've always been interested.
Yeah. I don't know if that... Okay.
I don't know.
That's...
Because if I want to go back in time, it's like I want to go see a concert or I want to live through something. But 6 months is a long time. It's like I'm going to have to go to work or something.
A week. World War II, huh? What faction?
I've always been interested.
Yeah, World
Where
War
are you
II
going for a week?
1800s, Wild West, baby.
Yeah, that's
100%.
cool. Spaghetti.
I've always thought about that. Just like, I don't want to say the lawlessness because that's not what I'd be after, but it seems that there's just no red tape.
Can you go forward in time?
Yeah, but we have no idea what that is.
I want to be there when AI ruins the world. See what it's like.
No, I choose like Gold Rush, Wild West, 1800s because I love the whole like saloons and gambling.
I'd go see Jesus, see if that was real.
I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about that, but I don't think that works because say Jesus came back right now. Mm-hmm. Would you believe it? I don't want to be put in the position back then. I've tried to think about this before. You have to assume that everybody feels the same way we do right now. Mm-hmm. Like when we look at artwork or depictions of what it looked like back then, they're wearing their little cloth robes or whatever the hell you call them. That's the same as us standing here in our dumb shirts and whatever, right? So everything was normal to them then, and then just some guy said, I'm the Son of God. And he had some believers, but most didn't believe.
Yeah.
You don't know which side you would land on. And odds are you landed on the wrong side because if a guy right now said, no, I am Jesus, I came back like I said I was going to.
You'd be like,
And then he does some magic tricks, whatever, and you're like, well, I've seen that before. There's AI, there's this, there's that.
Yeah.
There's David Blaine, like whatever.
Dude, Oz the mentalist.
So I don't want to be put in a position to not believe it and be on the wrong side.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Because that would be tough. What would you do right now if some guy came down and did some magic tricks, turned your lettuce into weed or whatever?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Dude, what about the Roman Empire? Go be a freaking Spartan. Actually, they did some bad stuff to little boys. We won't talk about that. But the Roman Empire, that shit's savage. That looks like a cool time. Just be a philosopher. You just wear sheets and smell like shit all day, but you come up with really good quotes. You're like, pressure is a privilege. And then they make statues of your frowny face, and then you're in Instagram reels with David Goggins behind it.
Yeah, I'd still go 1800s. I don't know why. I think the Wild West days seem so cool. It's like blazing new frontiers. Mm-hmm. If you had any skill, if I could take the skill I have right now back then, you can just like post up in the desert somewhere where there's a water hole and be like, you know what, I'm going to build a bar right here. And then people start gathering and other people build businesses. There's no permits and red tape and issues.
Dude, yeah.
And then, somebody talks to you silly, you just take them outside and...
I'm going to touch your wife.
Guy lied to me. I had to string him up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Put a
Just
little
seems
too
cool.
much paprika.
However,
Paprika on his
I
beans.
love my ice and AC.
Yes.
That would be the one downside.
I think you.
Also, though,
Get used
here's
to
another
it.
fun thing. I think, assuming nobody really knew what was bad for you, so you'd be drinking and smoking and gambling guilt free.
Yeah.
And
you don't feel
you wake
bad.
up the next day, oh, I feel like trash. Like, all you got to do is drink another one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
now we have all this information, which I guess is good. You know, don't eat this, don't drink that, don't smoke that.
We put our own constraints on ourselves, though.
Well, we're living in fear.
yes.
Don't do that because it's bad for you. And
Yeah.
it is bad for you, but that's why you don't have fun. You're just worried about stuff all the time. So if you could just own a casino in the middle of the desert,
That'd be sick.
cool ass piano players and people, I don't know, seems fun. Okay,
Makes me think a million ways to die in the West. Hit me with another.
let's see.
Another.
Okay, if you had to swap lives with a fictional or real character for a week, who and why?
Maybe Robert Downey Jr. Or Iron Man. Not already. You know what I mean.
Okay.
That'd be a cool one. There's a lot of good ones out there, though. There's a lot of good characters out there.
Yeah. I picked George Washington.
He's real.
I said real or
Oh,
I
you
said
did?
fictional
Oh,
or
oh,
real.
oh.
Yeah.
He had a lot of slaves.
That's not why. Fucking asshole. No, I put an answer down, and it would be George Washington after the Yorktown surrender, because that's basically when the United States was official. There was still
Yeah.
like treaty talk and all that for I think 2 more years, because I think that was in 1781 or 1881 to 1883 or something like that.
Dude, if we're going that route.
No, 17. I'm an idiot. But
Think about being Napoleon.
that's way worse. He
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
do
just
anything
sorry.
good. I'm talking about the
He just
birth of the United States.
Conquered a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. You went dark just now.
Would you be Trump for a day?
Like, would I want to be?
Oh, just to like check it out.
I guess to be the president. To be the president or just Trump specifically?
Trump specifically.
I don't care.
What do you think Joe Biden's doing right now
He's
in
dead.
this instance? Do
He
you think he's
died like
dead?
4 years ago.
Do you think he's for real dead?
Have you seen that little meme you
seen-
can share where there's just like an old man hitting himself with a hammer? He's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what he's doing right now.
You don't think he's just posted up, throwing his shit back at a Chili's?
Popping
No.
his shit at a Chili's. I don't think he's there, dude.
Joe Byron.
Joe Biden. Yeah, I don't know.
What do you
He's
think Dr. Jill's doing?
dressing up like Alice Cooper, like usual?
What do you think? What do you think Fauci's doing right now?
Panicking,
You think so?
trying to buy his soul back.
Dirty man.
Yeah.
We don't need to go that way. Go that route.
Dr. Jill.
That's what everyone calls her.
I know.
Dr. Jill. What do you think Oprah's doing right now?
Oh, she's just rolling around in money and brownies.
I watched this video of her life.
I'd like to switch lives with her. She probably has
Yeah.
the best life.
She
dude.
said she has this like day in the life of Oprah, and it's like it's in her book. I watched a video on it.
Her banaka is gold dust.
She wakes up, walks her garden for 2 hours,
So
has
cool.
coffee and brunch made for her, and then it was something like from like 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. She goes shopping every day.
Where?
I don't know if it's online or what.
I'll tell you where. She built a fake town
She
that she can
probably
walk into so she
dude,
can
like
shop.
what's his name from Bad Thoughts? Rex, the fake town for the country singer.
Oh, yeah. What was his name?
Something.
That was funny.
But what's the real guy? It's
Garth Brooks?
Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the bodies, Garth?
Yeah. We had a shrimp, sir. That's a funny one.
That show is funny.
That was a good question. You got more?
Yeah, let's see. Where did
Hit
I
me
leave
with
off? Let's see. These get lame, but there's probably some funny ones in here. What's the worst possible way to become famous?
Oh, like an inappropriate video of you coming out?
Yeah.
Or like a hate crime? That's easy. Like people
Oh,
say some
God.
pretty bad stuff, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And then everybody knows you.
Gosh. Yeah.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was easy. I think I had an answer though. Yeah. Dumb. I was gonna say like, you know, some people are famous for being super cringy, like a cringe lord.
That's pretty rough too.
But
yeah,
and they don't really know that they're what we all think they are.
like JoJo Siwa.
Sure, yeah,
She's rough.
yeah. Or the Cash Me Outside girl.
Yeah, they're rough.
Because I don't think they know that we're all like, you suck.
Yeah.
You know? Okay. Oh, this is a good
Do you
one.
remember when we met the guy from Sandlot at Home Depot? Me and you?
Which one was it? The chunky red guy?
No. He was it the guy from Sandlot or was it the guy from Home Alone?
I think you're thinking of the UFC guy.
Nope. No. We met the guy from, I think it's the kid from Home Alone. It was the main character. God, I don't remember. Huh?
Macaulay Culkin?
I don't remember his name. We met him though in Home Depot. He's just buying a piece of plywood in front of us. And it was years ago. I think I was like a freshman in high school. And
Which main character? Couldn't have been Macaulay Culkin. What Home Depot? I don't remember.
Temecula Parkway. He was buying a piece of plywood.
You're mixing this up. I remember that. It was the guy in The Ultimate Fighter, and he looked like that.
No.
Yes.
No. We saw a famous person that was a kid in a movie, and I can't remember if it was Home Alone or if it was Sandlot.
Probably Sandlot, because there is only one famous kid in Home Alone, and I would definitely remember if I met Kevin.
Yeah, I swear it was Kevin. Let me think this through.
No way.
I'll think about it after the show. But
Okay.
We met him. He was buying a piece of plywood, and we were like, that guy looks familiar. And then the
If my
cashier,
brain put that in deleted scenes, something's wrong with me.
I'm dead serious. And the cashier was like, "Oh my God, are you so and so?" And he was like, "Yeah, I get that a lot." And she was like, "Are you really?" And he pulled his ID out and showed her. And we were like, "No way!" And
Maybe I wasn't there.
we weren't. No, it was me and you. It might have been. It's
Yep.
either me and you or me and Lauren. Maybe I have it wrong. But we were super cool about it. And we were like, "Dude, what's up? Sick movie."
Yeah, I don't remember that. That probably wasn't me then, because I would remember that.
Might have been me.
But I did meet one of the dudes that was on Ultimate Fighter there,
Yeah, I don't know who you're.
which is way less important
Completely
than Kevin.
different.
Okay, this is a good one. I
Okay.
put a lot of thought into this one.
Okay.
A lot of these were just self-generated. Why are you gaining weight?
Oh,
You don't have to answer that. We already know. Let me see. What's something you deeply care about but you're embarrassed to admit?
that's a good one. Making me think about that. I feel like I don't care about much other than
Calories.
family, work.
Yeah, but the whole point is something you're embarrassed to admit. Which
Would it be like,
like
I don't know if this is my answer, but like I care about my perception, and I'd be like embarrassed to say I care about how people think about me or something.
I don't know. I was thinking it was like if you had a shrine of JoJo Siwa in your closet. and you
No,
don't tell anybody.
I don't do anything.
Yeah,
weird.
I don't have anything I'm embarrassed about either. I was gonna say,
Maybe I'm one of the classic truck guys. Like I love my truck. Like
yeah, but you're not embarrassed to admit it.
no.
Yeah, I didn't have anything either.
Good question.
I
Let me
was
think about
thinking
that.
something dumb like, I don't like when people waste water.
Ooh, I got the whole office talking about do you send food back or not?
Okay,
I
so
fucking hate when
I hate that
people-
too. Let me just skip to this other one because the last one I had is good, and we could probably rant on this for a minute. What's your biggest pet peeve? Because that falls into that.
It does. That's one of them. When people, I don't think it's my biggest, but it's up there. Yeah, when people just take advantage of servers and waiters and waitresses over, like if they brought you the wrong order, you can be respectful. Say, hey, this is the wrong one.
Yeah.
But if you manipulate them to get free stuff out of it, or
Gross.
just because you're having a bad day, that really bothers me really bad.
Yes, people do that, and it seems like they almost get off on it.
Yeah,
Like they're there to be
yeah.
like, you know what?
Yes, yes, perfect.
It's Luke cold.
Yeah, that significantly bothers me.
Do you have what would be like your number one? What immediately comes to mind? Pet peeve? It's stupid little stuff, whatever.
I just actually thought about this last week, and I'm trying to remember what it was. because it was something to probably get you fired up.
Oh, the cameras work. Nope, never mind.
Hit me with yours. It might spark mine.
Okay.
Never mind.
I have 3, but the first one that came to my mind, which is a real pet peeve, is when people take their sweet ass time at like checkout at wherever it is, grocery store, fast food, whatever.
Yeah.
And in particular, I'm talking about those ladies with a duffel bag for a purse, and they're organizing their 9,000 receipts and coupons while there's a line of people that are like, I'm just trying to get my gas or just trying to buy my water bottle. But people that take their sweet time at a counter when there's a line forming behind them, when all you got to do is step aside. Oh, excuse me. Pack your duffel bag back up before you leave. And then same thing at a drive-through. The people, you can see the lady in the minivan going through every ketchup packet, counting ice cubes in a cup before they pull away when there's just a line of cars behind.
Yep.
That's a big one. And then the next one, which is a very close second, which we've talked about on another one that I don't think got released, when people say like or too much in a conversation.
I do that a lot. But there's people that do it way more.
Yeah. It's the amount where that's all you can focus on now.
Spit it out.
And I count it like an autistic child. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know what you're saying, but I do know you said like 48 times.
Most people say like a lot.
Sure.
I've been ever since we had that conversation. I've been every once in a
while. There's a threshold though.
There is a threshold, and I believe we're both under it. I do believe I need to work on it myself, but there are people that can't get a sentence out.
Yep. There is a threshold where I just start counting.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a tick and it bugs me.
I don't know if this is a pet peeve, but petty ass people, like fixating on things. You don't have.
Give me an example.
A bunch of people in my office are talking about like their relationships.
Names and dates.
And like the things that people do to them or they do to their people. Just being petty. Don't be. Why are you petty? There's so much. I don't know if this is a pet peeve or if it's just what I believe.
That's a pet peeve.
People being pessimistic about.
Petty pet peeves.
Okay, here's one. Just fucking stormy clouds. I get people. Some people have broken lives, and it's probably hard to get out of that. But some people are a broken record of negativity,
doom and gloom.
You know what? Okay, this is okay. Now you're getting me going. I got another one. Here's another one. People that make you feel bad for doing good.
Yeah. Yep.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I get passionate about that one. That bothers me.
To bring you down, people.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not like stealing your thunder. It's not like when they're like trying to steal, and it's not. It's different from like a big brother. Like, this is a funny example. Like, I get new wheels on the truck, and a big brother's like, "Those are stupid."
Yeah.
And like,
why'd you get that color?
Yeah. Yeah. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that are just constantly playing their little violin, and you do something great, whether you're in school and you got a good grade, or you just accomplish something, and you have to feel bad. Like, you can't. And maybe that's something that I do, but I catch myself feeling bad for doing good, and I tell myself, like, stop.
You have to not be around those people, though.
Yeah, it's just they just powerful. They just suck the energy and the positivity out of life. Yeah. It's like, why do I have to feel bad that I just bought a house? For me. Yeah, or things are going well for me.
Yep.
Because in those moments, they make
I know exactly who you're talking about.
They just make you feel like you're lucky and things happen to you. And,
of course.
And in the
of course, yeah. And of course you got it good.
And in those moments, you think, oh, I guess I just get things and they don't. But then later you think about it and you go, no, I wake up every day and put my best foot forward and take action on things every single day, and they can do it too. Don't ruminate
on the negative stuff.
Yeah, and
just
never
take it on the chin and keep moving.
Yeah.
Yep. No, yeah, that's
a pet peeve of mine. People that just bring you down. They might not even say it to you. You just know the way they look at you, just the way they pierce your lips.
Yep. Well, those types of people definitely have this outlook where the world is out to get me, and there's nothing you can do about that. You have to. Yeah. It's your job to learn to not let that bug you. And I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I've had that. I've had those feelings with certain people for a while, and after a certain amount of time, you do think about the effort you put in and where your focus is all the time. You go, you know what? I've done 1,000 times more work every day than you have to go in a better direction. So I don't feel bad for you.
And it almost makes you second guess the next time you go to announce good news. You go, maybe I shouldn't send it. I don't want to hurt their feelings or something.
Yeah, but also get to you know what feels good? Getting to a spot where you don't feel the need to announce it. It's good to be excited and share things with people, but I'm at a spot now where I truly don't care what anyone thinks at all about the good or bad that happens. And it's because it's a good spot to be, because if you are trying to be proud of yourself or impress yourself, it's so rewarding. And that's how I am. I don't share good news with anybody at this point, honestly. And I mean, of course, like with your home family, they're like involved in that. So it's not that you're keeping it from them because they're a part of it, but I do not feel the urge to tell any of our group texts or any of our family or friends what's going on. And it's not that I'm hiding it either. I'm doing stuff for me or for my house.
This kind of piggybacks off that too. And it might kind of be the same thing, but just people that have too much time on their hands to fester in like stupid shit.
That's the key right there. Too much time on their hands.
Too much time. Like,
and it's like if you took some of that time
and
focused it a little bit, you like too can pay for your cheeseburger.
People that are mad at everybody. I think about this often. I'm never mad at anyone. I'm really honestly never upset or mad.
You're a pretty cool cucumber.
I am. I'm never mad at my spouse, anyone at work.
I'm just kidding.
For real though, I'm never upset. I'm never mad. And people that just don't assume responsibility for their own shit. Like no accountability. No accountability. They think the world owes them. Yeah, it just bothers me. And I just be quiet because I'm like, well, there's no fixing those people, so it's just gonna waste your breath to even attempt to.
Yeah, what is that saying? It's like I already butchered it.
Those people just irk me.
You trying to worry about stuff like that is like you holding a hot rock hoping it burns them or something. What is that?
I've never heard that, but it makes sense to me. Yeah, and also you need those people in life. It's like
we all have a place. Yeah.
Yep.
But don't waste your energy on things like that can't be fixed, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not your job to make somebody feel better.
Yes.
Either.
Yes. I used to tell myself this all the time. You shouldn't feel bad because someone else did something wrong.
Yeah.
I used to tell myself that all the time because it doesn't happen.
Heck, don't feel bad if you did something wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, man, those just soul suckers.
Do I look scorched? Because I am so burnt.
Because when I look up there, I'm like, got some nice color. And I'm pretty
so
white.
Burnt.
I look pretty white, but it's because you got scorched.
I was on the boat. What is today? I was on the boat yesterday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
You're on the boat Friday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Stupid Bimini top was giving me issues.
It's calling someone a Bimini is funny. Stupid fat Bimini.
Bimini. I'm going to get off of that. But anyway, yeah, got out there and I'm like, I'll put sunblock on when we get to where we're going.
You forgot.
No, I didn't forget. I was only in the sun for like 10 minutes.
You forgot that Havasu
and then I put it on
5.
I put it on like 4 times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I getting scorched?
So the UV out there goes up to like
it's just
12,
because I'm a
14.
Thick Irishman, that's all.
Yeah, if you're an Irish cream,
yeah,
the UV once it gets over 10 can legit burn you in like 8 minutes.
Every time I go out there and I'm covered head to toe in sunblock, I still get, I won't say burnt, but I still get sun. So
yeah,
now I just wear a dorky UV.
That's what Papa did.
But I couldn't find it. I thought it was in the boat. It wasn't.
Bummer.
So I got scorched. Anyway.
You got more fun questions?
I don't think so. Let me look. Oh, maybe if animals could talk, which one would be the rudest?
Gypsy when there's a toddler around. I'm kidding. Fucking little chihuahuas. Probably.
I was immediately cats.
I don't know. Some cats some of them are nice.
Nah.
I think Oh, that's a pet peeve of mine. People that think those little shitters are cute. I don't think those little dogs are cute.
Shih Tzus?
No. Just like the dogs that are just assholes all the time.
Oh.
They're always the little dogs. Like Bonnie's not Bonnie's a
Yeah.
sweetheart.
Yeah.
Some little dogs are so rude all the time.
I mean, I always hated little dogs. Hated. And then I got Bonnie for Melissa. And
But she's
then
a sweetheart.
to us, but she's still a yappy, dumb little dog to other people. So they are like
She cools
that.
down pretty quick, though.
She does, yeah. But I still was like not a fan of little dogs. And when I went to pick her up, it was like an hour away. With 15 minutes of that drive, I was holding her. I was like, "You're my puppy."
Yeah. Okay, I got a question for you.
And now we've been in love for 14 years or however long it's been.
One animal has to get erased off
Cat.
the planet. But listen, it has to go extinct, and you have it has to be brutally murdered
Oh,
by you.
oh God.
But you have to pick an animal that's getting removed off the planet. Think about the consequences of it, like the what's it called, the chain of life,
Yeah.
and the ecosystems.
And I have to brutally murder
but
it.
you have to brutally murder
I'm
it.
going to brutally murder any animal. God. Well, let's see. What's the most vicious, useless animal?
There's some out there.
Aardvark. No, I don't know. Let me think. Gosh. Whoa. Man, I don't know.
Okay.
That's
Do you like
tough.
meerkats? I love meerkats. They're all cute.
Are those the ones? Yes.
That's like my top 3 favorite animals.
Ow!
I love little meerkats. What'd you do?
I have a cut from my little dog. I swear to God. She bit me when we got to the river.
Would you rather brutally murder 10 meerkats in front of a class of children, like 30 7-year-olds?
God.
Or slap one of your kids really hard on the face?
I guess slap my kid because that's. I mean, kids get. We got slapped. We got my ass beat a lot.
Yeah.
I don't.
But
have
like,
bad
it's a
feeling.
good day. They're out.
So you need to preface this better.
Yeah.
Either brutally murder. Would you say 10
10 meerkats in
cats
front of
a bunch of kids, or take
Or-
your kid to Disneyland, buy
Yeah.
them everything. They're on cloud 9.
churros and ice cream.
Just- Can I videotape that one?
Yeah. We did a bunch of Would You Rathers on Friday with the team, and they were so funny. Some of them I don't know if we can talk about, because some of them were pretty
I was
bad.
trying to do a bunch of those, and I was swing and a miss all day today.
I got some good ones in the pipe, but they're kind of.
Hit a couple and we'll wrap it up. I feel
Should
like
we
I'm
go-
fading and being dumb.
Should we go inappropriate or?
Gosh, probably not. Okay, go.
I got some bad ones. But I hit him with some of the funny ones too. It was like, would you rather, like the simple ones, like, would you rather use nothing but a fork for the rest of your life, or all Tupperware Ziploc bags and to-go boxes are lined with carpet? So anytime you store food, it's in carpet.
So it's one is the carpet thing and the other is a fork forever.
Yeah.
I could rock either one of those.
I think I would rock
because you put the right amount of food inside the carpet thing. You
That's
don't have
what
to
I
eat
said.
it all.
I was like, you guys aren't thinking this all the way through. It's like a bread bowl.
Yeah.
Half of the soup doesn't even touch the bread.
Yeah. Can you clean the carpet?
Yeah. You throw it in the dishwasher. A little bit of 4X.
Also, check this out. Check this out. Line that baby with bread.
Exactly. I was like, just put more food in it.
Yeah.
It's fine. Just don't eat the bottom of the.
After a while, it's going to crust over.
Yeah.
Got a nice layer of blue cheese mold on that. All right, go. That's not inappropriate. Keep going.
You want me to keep pushing the limits a little bit?
I don't know. Maybe.
Would you rather be your mom and do your dad, or be your dad and do your mom?
Next. Oh my God. Oh.
Would you rather? Would you rather run? Would you rather drive? Would you rather run 10 old men over in a school bus full of kids, or run one kid over in a I don't even know where I'm going with that.
What's wrong with you? Why is there kids in all of these?
Because it makes it so hard. It's funny.
Well, also, you said run 10 old men over with a bunch of kids in the bus.
Yeah.
Or run one kid over with a bunch of old men. Clearly run the old people over.
Yeah, me too.
Because
I'm not running a kid over.
Yeah. They had their time. And what are they doing standing in the middle of the street? They deserve it. I'm just kidding.
They're Joe Biden stuff.
Oh, my God.
They're so funny, though. I love Would You Rathers.
You did those same Would You Rathers?
No, I did. We did bad ones.
They were worse?
Way worse, yeah.
Culture.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fun, though.
All right, do one more, and then we'll go.
All right, well, here's an easy one. It'll maybe spark something. It's like, we've already done this. No music for the rest of your life or no food for the rest of your life.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
No food.
Yeah, easy.
Assuming I could stay alive.
Yeah.
Music.
Would you rather... Ooh, would you rather be your whole body sticky or your whole body's itchy forever?
Sticky.
I said sticky.
Yeah.
Because I would just wear clothes and just stick everything into the cracks.
I think you would.
You'd adapt.
Yeah, you would adapt. Being itchy, you're not adapting. You're
Yeah.
not just gonna walk around and be like I don't even know how that would work. Sticky for sure.
Yeah, I'd be sticky all the time.
Would you rather die or be alive?
Ooh, I thought of this one, though. Obviously, I'm going to be alive. Would you... I had this idea. I was sitting on the couch by my lonesome, and I was like, what would it be to live... What if someone came and told you either die in soon, you like die soon, in a year or whatever, or you're going to live forever? What would you pick? And I thought about it, and at first I was like, live forever, and then I went,
No.
I'm going to die. If someone came and told me...
I need to know how long I was.
Yeah, because you want to see your kids grow up and all that. But anyway, the thought was, if someone came and told me you're going to live forever, I would actually take it as a punishment, and that would terrify me.
Yeah, I would.
And it came from, we were watching Twilight with vampires, and I was like, dude, that's horrible. I don't want to live forever.
No, I don't want to live forever. That sounds crazy. Yeah. And then I would need more information. I would say, okay, if it was you're going to die in a week or live forever, I would then need to know if I was living forever, will my family also live forever? Does your network of people also live forever? Because then that's maybe an option. And then what? That's rough.
Snort glass or chew rocks?
Oh, now you're getting somewhere because those are equally ooh.
Yeah.
Snort glass or chew rocks. How long do you have to chew the rocks for?
Just once every morning.
What? What's the other one?
Snort glass.
No, I mean frequency. This isn't a one-time thing?
I mean, it's either a one-time thing or it's every morning.
It's equal.
Yeah, it's equal.
So you're either snorting
broken glass. You just snort one big fucking shred that goes up your nose.
Oh, it's a shred. It's not a
it's
racked out line.
No, it's racked out broken glass, like glass shards. Or chew rocks. And it could be like golf ball sized rocks, or it could be pebbles.
And you have to
you just gotta do it once. It's like a handful of rocks or a handful of glass.
You're swallowing it?
Same volume.
Same volume, same size, snort, chew, swallow.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks. I guess I want to say chew rocks and swallow it just because I'm thinking the aftermath of snorting glass is you're in trouble for a while.
Because that can go in your lungs.
And if you swallow rocks, I think you could deal with that. But man, your
teeth
oh
get broken. Oh my God.
Dang.
If you could go back in time and tell Hitler one thing before he went on his whole parade, what would you tell him? The world's fate is in your hands, in one sentence.
That's a rough question. I had about... Hold on. Stop.
9.
Well,
I'd just say something positive.
Your dad did love you.
Well, I was thinking of positive things that mom and dad told me, like the world's full of abundance, or you could do anything you set your mind to. And I was like, that's
you would
probably
still
not...
take it and run with it.
Yeah, you take it in the wrong way. That's bad.
Jeez. I don't think there's any words that fix that guy.
Yeah.
Man. That's a good one. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Maybe. You're an idiot.
Maybe you could just kill him right there. Or just, I don't know.
Yeah? Huh. That's a rough one. That's a rough one, yeah.
Would you rather... No, I gave Ralph this one. I said, you're dropped out of the sky, and you're naked. You're either naked or you're just in like short shorts and whatever, like trunks. And as you're falling out of the sky, you have to bear hug a tree to slow down, bark,
Oh my God,
and just get chafed up your thighs and all that stuff. So you're flying down a tree.
Right.
Would you rather do that, or stick and drag your foot out of a car door going 100 miles an hour on asphalt, your toenails?
How long?
60 seconds. 60 seconds of foot drag on asphalt.
I'm going foot.
Yeah, I'll chew my foot up.
Because there's a high likelihood of your coin purse getting snapped.
Yeah. They're funny.
Yeah.
I have all these
You
funny
just
ones.
think of these,
I have all these funny ones, but I can't say them because
Well, I think you should probably stop while you're
get in
at
trouble. This one's
If these are the mild ones, probably shouldn't air whatever else is.
I got one I read online. It was, would you rather your butt cheeks be horizontal, like sideways? So like the crack is sideways.
I get it.
Or your mouth is vertical.
Mouth vertical, dude. Tacos all day. No, probably. Yeah. Who cares about your butt for a dude? So probably
someone in the comments said, if your butt's sideways when you walk downstairs, it'll clap.
Oh my God. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess the crooked butt, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you rather be given, I got to put this in context for you. Would you rather be given, pick number 5 or 10?
One or the other?
Yeah.
Well, knowing where this is going, 5.
Okay. Would you rather be given $5 million tomorrow, or you take all of the information and knowledge you've ever learned about the whole world, business, every single thing ever, and get sent back to 10 years old with all of that
knowledge and sent back? Even if it was 10 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The number comes into play. Because if it was like 100 million, you would be like, well.
Yeah, if it was 100.
Where do you think that number is? 15 mil?
The cutoff, it would be me guessing against what I think I'm going to do. So probably 50. Yeah, 50 is a good cutoff. 50?
50?
Yeah, that would be
So that
good.
means you're saying that what you know right now is worth $50 million.
I will get there.
So where's the money?
Did you hear the other part where
I know.
I said get there?
Yeah.
Also, you're missing the bigger
I know.
picture point there.
You can get farther faster.
Well, even if I fall significantly short of all of that, I like the idea of trying, and I like the chase, and I like the journey. I like to be busy. I want to keep aiming. If somebody gave me $5 million right now, I would still do the exact same things I'm doing right now.
Yeah, me too.
Or 10. I really would. 50, though, would be like,
50's a
all
lot.
right, well, this is dumb. Let's move on to something better.
Yeah. Would you rather fight a bear for 30 seconds or fight John Jones for 5 minutes?
They're both certain death.
Yeah.
A bear for 30 seconds or John Jones for 5 minutes. Probably have a better chance with the bear.
You're both it's both fights are in the octagon, so you can't really run. And bears have talons and all that.
I think I could stay away from it for 30 seconds.
Ooh. They're like 10 feet
5
tall.
minutes?
Yeah.
With John Jones?
Just one round with John Jones.
Like full fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's coming in for the kill. Yeah, I think I could get away from the bear easier.
I'm
for
taking
30 seconds?
Yeah.
I think I could stay away from the bear. I think I could get on its back
Dude.
and just hold
I don't
it.
think you realize how strong they are, though.
It's not about strength.
I think I'm going John Jones, and here's why. That's just a fight. He's not going to murder me.
Is he though?
I could just succumb. He could choke me out.
Okay.
Game's over.
First of all,
a
you didn't
bear
say
is going to
that.
kill you. Well, there's context. You should have thought of that. You're dead from your bear meat now.
I could dodge a bear for 30 seconds.
I'm going to lose to John Jones. I'm going to jump out of the octagon. I'm gonna say
5
hi
minutes
to
is
Dana.
an
I'm
eternity.
going to say hi to Dana. Yeah.
5 minutes is an eternity, though. 30 seconds.
That's a long time for
I could dodge.
a polar bear.
Dip, duck, dive, dodge.
A polar bear.
Yeah, they're not good on land.
Would you rather be
I don't know.
eaten by a polar bear or 100 Bonnies? You're gonna die either way. Which way you want to die?
Well, polar bear, I guess. That's way cooler.
Yeah.
Like a point,
100
he got
Bonnies.
mauled by min pins, but his head got chewed off by a polar bear. That sounds way cooler. And it's probably a lot quicker.
Yeah.
All right.
Should we wrap?
Yeah, we're going way off the deep end here. Is it me?
Yeah, it's on you to wrap us up.
All right.
Camera 3 doesn't work.
All right, BMPR. What would you call it?
BMP military.
BMP cult. We're rapping. Collective. Military. So dumb.
BMP team. All right, BMP Army. Stand tall, BMP Army.
Just fade out to music. I got nothing.
Neither do I. I'm burnt. I'm telling you, the second you made me take that Tommy Hama off, I lost all my thoughts. Because I came in here hot and ready.
There's got to be a decent clip or two in there, but man, I feel like it's a swing and a miss
Yeah.
today. All
Yeah.
right. You gave me a lot of
God.
weird. You really let people know who you are today.
Oh, man. Man, we really JMC constructioned that one up.
Oh,
All
man.
jokes. All jokes. All right. See you in the next one.
Bye, BMP group.